Ladies and gentlemen, and yes, just as our song indicates, we'll be speaking now about the Egyptian Liverpool star Mohamed Salah, who made the headlines of English newspapers after leading the Reds to a valuable victory away from home over Inter Milan in its stronghold in San Siro with a clean double, bringing Klopp and his battalion close to snatching the qualification card for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Salah managed with the goal he scored against Inter Milan to achieve more than a distinguished number, perhaps the most prominent of which is scoring in 8 consecutive games away from home in European competitions. In addition to equaling a special number achieved by Peter Crouch when he was with Tottenham in 2010, he scored with Inter Milan and AC Milan in the season in the European Championship. Headline of the British newspaper also said that this is indeed a new mirror, and the sand champions, the Reds, are holding on to San Siro before Firmino and after him Salah, who broke the record in his position close to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. While the headlines of the newspaper Daily Star also said Mo, the record man, does it again, and the Reds tighten his grip. We're now delighted to be joined over the telephone by our guest, Mr. Abdel Aziz Abu Hammar, our sports analyst. It's a very good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon to you, Pedro.
Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Abdel Aziz. Another new record brought across by the Egyptian superstar Mohamed Salah. Could you tell us about this new record that was achieved by Mo Salah?
Yeah, first of all, it was a very nice list that we just have seen on your screen now. It's really very nice. Thanks to the producer and to everyone. In fact, Mohamed Salah, as you mentioned, he made the headlines in the English newspaper. And NG, before we start, we want to say that everyone knows the English newspaper, especially.
Yes.
When it comes to football and sports and that, they are not biased to or anyone. They just give everyone his right.
Yes.
And in fact, Mohamed Salah is giving the very good impression, and this is one of the most successful things for Salah off pitch, because he's doing very well in the pitch, and also he got everyone to be in his line, including the most important thing, which is the English media. Now, from yesterday, English media is they are very proud of Salah. Salah, in fact, yesterday he made 2 big headlines or 2 big records. The first one is that he scored in the 8 matches in an away, scored an away goal for 8 matches in a row for Liverpool in UEFA Champions League. So he scored 8 times in away matches in the UEFA Champions League, which the English media today, they are saying he's getting one step closer to Cristiano Ronaldo,
yes,
who is holding this record with 12 matches in a row. So Ronaldo with Real Madrid scored 12 away matches in UEFA Champions League. And the second thing was something, I am a journalist with let me just say it once, with a strong statistic background, but it was a surprise for me, to be honest.
Yes.
The English newspaper today, there was Crouch came up from the Blues, Peter Crouch, the former England striker. He came out of the Blues and was praising, showering praise of Mohamed Salah, and saying Mohamed Salah did the same record I did in 2010 by scoring in both Milan and Inter Milan in the same UEFA Champions League edition, which is this current season. So Mohamed Salah yesterday, as you said, he scored against in Liverpool's 2-0 victory over Inter Milan, and in the group stage he scored for Liverpool against Milan. And in fact, that is a record it should have been gone unnoticed by any stats specialist until Peter Crouch come up and say he is the second man who has done this in the history of UEFA Champions League to score in both Inter and Milan in the same UEFA Champions League campaign. So it's very, very, very interesting. And let me tell you one more thing. Salah is starting in 15 minutes again with Liverpool, but this time is against Norwich City in the Premier League. And Salah, he is the man who, just to refresh everyone's memory, he's the man who scored 113 goals in the Premier League. He's the man who scored 40 goals in the UEFA Champions League in all rounds.
Yes.
He's the man who scored 35 goals in the Italy League, Serie A. He's the man who really did a lot of things for the club and country, with the total goals of 271 goals in his career for club and country.
Indeed, very impressive, absolutely. Mr. Abdelaziz, let me ask you, how do you see the evolution of Mohamed Salah's performance, you know, since the beginning of his professional journey? And alongside this, he has a very special personality. He's very empathetic, sympathetic. He is very in touch with his fans. We also saw him giving his shirt to a fan of the opposing team on his way out after the match. How important are these actions by Mohamed Salah? How do they show his personal evolution in the sport?
Well, it is a massive job he has done in and outside the pitch, to be honest. First of all, we are all Egyptians, and you know the Egyptian mentality. The Egyptian mentality is just, we look at the sky. They always look at the heaven. They always look at, you know, I have to be a good to make things better for me in my career, as my career as a footballer or whatever. Mohamed Salah, since he started, he has taken this line, as I guess. Yes. I met Mohamed Salah when he was in Fiorentina. And just, I'm not showing off, but I just, because you asked me a question, I just want to, you know, to just give you the proper answer. And Mohamed Salah is from the next village where I am. I am from Abu Hammar, he's from the Greek. So we are almost from the... When I was in visiting Italy for a business thing, I spoke to him and I told him I am coming and I will be, my job will be in the same match as you. He was that time playing for Fiorentina. Then it was the first time in my life that I come across Mohamed Salah, and I spoke to him. We sat together and we spoke for almost half an hour, and that Mohamed Salah's mentality is really quite different. For me, because also, you know, I have some experience in dealing with Europeans, and so I could see straight through them. That time I found that Mohamed Salah will drive his career through. He really has a very strong mentality. He knows what he's doing.
Yes.
He was not that time still the biggest star, but you know, it was a huge thing. It was a role model. It is an example for us as the Egyptian, for the young people, for the young Egyptians. So he was lucky also that, you know, he found the chemistry with the, as we said in just before a few minutes, with the English media, with the team, with the audience, with the fans, with the people. He has that common touch, you know.
Indeed.
That's why he really finds a success in and out, and everyone could see him speaking for after long time in CAF Nations Cup in AFCON. There was a chance for the Egyptian people to listen to Mohamed Salah talking, so we could see or update our thoughts about Mohamed Salah.
Yes.
He was right in each and everything, in each and every issue in whatever he talked about, and he's really a good example. He's a good Egyptian. I am proud of him and wish him more success.
Indeed. Final question, because very quickly, because we're running out of time. What are your expectations with the match between Egypt and Senegal in a couple of days?
And the match, I think it will be a very tough match, but we need to fight. Egyptians need to fight. We need to inspire each and every good spirit, the fighting spirit. There will be no really much time to make so many changes, but I am positive, and I think, inshallah, we'll get through to the Qatar 2022.
Indeed. Best of luck to the Egyptian team. I'd like to thank you very, very much. Our guest, our sports analyst, Mr. Abdel Aziz Abu Hammar. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us and for your time. A short break, and we'll be back.